Well, hello, stranger. Whatever are you doing here?
My name is James. I am a penguin. I come from the South Pole, and I'm going around the world.
And you're exploring the North Pole with a fridge on skis?
I keep my gear there. When I'm in a hot country, I can sleep inside it. It's like a camper.
Oh, what a great idea. Well then, welcome to you, James. Me, I'm Vladimir. And I'm a bear.
Delighted.
I don't get visitors very often, you know. It's just really cool. You can stay here as long as you want.
Ah, that's very kind. Thank you.
No problem at all. Let's go for a little tour of the property. So, that there's my igloo.
Uh-huh.
And there, that's my hole in the ice. I dug it myself.
Very cool. What sort of work do you do?
Well, I make igloos, and well, I fish in my hole.
Ah, okay. Of course.
Would you like to learn? Then we'll have some really fresh fish for our dinner.
Oh, yeah. I love fish, really.
The secret is to be patient and to keep your eyes fixed on the bobbin.
Whoa! I think it's biting!
Ooh! Careful then! Get it up quick! You've got good luck on your side. I really detest those creatures with their great big eyes and their gooey suckers. You know what? We're gonna eat some good frozen fish. It's yummy, and I've got lots in my igloo. It must be really nice to go around the world. I would really like to travel too. I have never left my iceberg. I don't know how to swim.
Huh? I thought all bears knew how to swim.
No, not me. Hey, what's the South Pole like?
Oh, it's pretty much like the North Pole. It's cold, just like here. The only difference is that under the ice we don't have the sea but stones. Anyway, you have to dig down deep, you know. There's a lot of ice. I have an idea. I can show you a little bit. I held onto a fragment of ice from the South Pole.
You mean you collect snowballs?
Something like that, yep. I want to become a scientist. I'm interested in geology and astronomy, and I study ice. I brought some back from the Himalayas and Siberia.
Ah, and what does that mean to be a scientist?
We ask ourselves questions, then we try and find answers.
Oh? And what do you do to find the answers to those questions? Me, I've got loads of questions.
You have to proceed with accuracy and logic. First of all, we make assumptions. We try to anticipate things. And then we go on and check if it works in the real world or not. If it works, it means we found the right answer. Or at least, a part of it.
So, if I have a question, with your method, scientific, we can find the right answer, no?
Yes, that's it. And everyone must be able to verify it.
Cool.
The sky is really wonderful here. Do you know the names of the constellations?
No.
There's one up there that I think you'll like. Its name is the Little Bear.
Oh? But why does it have a long tail? You never get bears with long tails. Are you sure it's not a beaver?
Oh, I suppose the astronomers who gave it this name didn't really know much about bears.
You mean to say they're dummies?
Okay. Right. And that one, that's the Great Bear there.
Mind you, it's really rather impressive. It's as if the spirits of my ancestors were watching over me.
And just right there above us, at the zenith, you can see the North Star. It always remains fixed in the sky. I adore nighttime. I could spend hours and hours just watching the stars.
Well, you're gonna be happy. Our polar night has just begun. It's gonna last 6 months.
Oh, it's like where I live at the South Pole. The sun doesn't go down throughout part of the year. Then it's the opposite. It's the night that lasts for several months.
That's quite strange, no? Our two homes are on opposite sides of the Earth. But yet, they're almost the same.
Yep, you're right.
But tell me then, why is it so cold with lots of ice everywhere? Usually you get ice on top of mountains. But here, it's all flat. We're at sea level, you know.
It's all related to the sun. It doesn't heat the poles a lot, especially when it disappears for months.
But why does the night last several months? Everywhere else it only lasts several hours. It's not fair.
I don't know at all, but it's a good question.
Well, then why don't we try and think like scientists?
Sure, we can draw up hypotheses.
Maybe it's because time is slowed down by the cold.
Or maybe because the poles deflect the light. Oh no, that's not right. There's no reason that it only happens in winter.
Or maybe it's Santa Claus's fault.
Huh?
He sorts things out so that night lasts 6 months here. Like that, he has lots of time to distribute all his presents. He wouldn't be able to do it in 10 hours.
Vladimir, in science we work on facts that can be verified. It's very important. So, well, Santa Claus, we need to take a step back. We could compare it with other planets. If night also lasts for several months at the poles of other planets, we should be able to see ice. Okay, that won't answer our question, but we'll know a bit more.
What are we gonna do?
I have a brand new refracting telescope.
Hey, we could really get an observatory together.
Could you do that?
Without boasting, I'm rather good at do-it-yourself stuff. My mother said that I could become an engineer or architect. I was at the top of the class when it came to building igloos. There you go. All's ready. We can begin our observation.
Wow! Vladimir, you're a surprising bear. I've just found planet Mars. You can clearly see traces of ice on the South Pole, and on the North too. It's exactly like on planet Earth.
So all the planets have frozen poles like here at home?
It would seem so. There is definitely a common reason for ice to exist on the poles of Mars and the Earth. The polar night must last a long time up there too. We need to find out why.
Well, I say. And do you think there may be herrings under the ice of Mars?
Let's stay methodical. When you make an hypothesis, you must check it out through several observations. You need to look at other planets. Vladimir, could you turn the dome to the right for me, please?
It's a deal.
That's perfect. Thank you. There is Saturn. Oh, it's really strange. It looks like it has ears. We must readjust the focus. Oh, no, it's not ears that it has. It's a whole really brilliant ring. Oh, I've never seen that before.
It really looks like a sort of fluorescent hoop thing. Just like a hula hoop.
It's really mysterious. I can't see any ice on the pole of the planet. Incredible. We're looking for polar ice and we found a ring.
But why isn't there ever any ice?
Well, I'm totally lost. Our assumption is falling apart. The poles of the planets aren't all iced over.
Yep. We ask a question, and it leads to other questions.
We're not getting enough information by looking at other planets. We need to view the Earth from above to see what's going on down here.
What are we going to do?
Unless we can build a rocket.
Of course, that's what we must do. I know a place on the other side of the iceberg that will supply us all the material we need.
Huh? But
let's go. We need to go right now. It's pretty far. What's up, James? Faster! Oh. Okay, we're going to take a shortcut.
Slowly now.
Hey, didn't I tell you? It's great, isn't it?
Vladimir, that is a submarine.
I know that, Mr. Wise Guy. It got stuck in the ice and all its crew abandoned it. But just take a look.
Ballistic missiles?
You see? We could use them as rockets.
That's totally crazy. He's a nutcase. You know, I bet they're stuffed full of plutonium. Even so, I must admit that it would be pretty cool.
That'd be really cool. Uh-huh.
Ah, you win. Let's do it. Actually, you're good at do-it-yourself.
It looks really great, huh?
We gotta christen it. Maybe we could call it...
Iron Igloo, huh? No, the Space Heron.
Polaris.
Polaris.
Clear for takeoff, Captain Vladimir?
All ready, Captain J. I filled the freezer with some yummy frozen herring. That should be our surprise. This is the best day of my life.
Let's just... It's not the last one.
Rockets igniting. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We've now got the Earth's atmosphere.
Oh, hey, I'm floating.
Whoa, me, I'm flying. I'm first than ever in history. Fly. When they find out the South Pole.
It's fantastic. I think we've laughed enough now.
I think so too. Let's get down to science.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Can we see our house?
No, it's shrouded in total darkness.
But that's only normal. We left when it was still nighttime.
Let's be scientific. The secret of a great theory is brilliant observation. I'm gonna take some notes.
And me, I'm going to draw.
Polaris Logbook, December 21st. We are in orbit around planet Earth, and we are starting our observations. It's night at the North Pole. The North Pole is always in the shade. The rays from the sun never reach it, because of the tilt of the rotation axis of the Earth. That's why it's pitch black all the time.
And why it's cold, and also why there's ice.
Yes, it must change based on the period of the year, because there, at the South Pole, there's daylight all the time. We need to come back in a few months.
Shall we continue our expedition?
Yes, all is ready.
Full steam ahead!
Captain James Hibernatus, Polaris Logbook. The Polaris is continuing its journey to Mars, then Saturn, to try and solve the mystery of the poles of the solar system planets.
Captain Vladimir Chekhov, Polaris Logbook. Our supply of herring is decreasing faster than expected. I have a hunch that Captain James is eating in secret.
Cruising close to planet Mars.
Planet Mars, we gotta see. Wow, it's splendid. You can see the ice pole. Imagine that herring this.
Vladimir, I never said that there was water under the ice, or any living creature.
Huh?
It seems coming from the freezer. But it's not our monster, it's our octopus.
Really?
He's not nasty. I'm gonna call him Spock.
Right, but because of him, there's fish floating everywhere now.
Yeah, as if we're underwater.
It's not right to play around with the food. It's not hygienic. Captain Vladimir Chekhov, Polaris Logbook. We found a clandestine passenger on board our ship. It's a frightful pink cephalopod. He was the one eating our supplies. I suggested that we lock him up and give him only dry bread. But Captain James was against that and decided to put him in an aquarium.
Captain James Hibernatus, Polaris Logbook. We have now reached the final destination of our journey, planet Saturn. Careful observation confirmed to us that it does not have any frozen poles. However, we noticed the existence of thousands of rings.
It's massive. Have you seen the size of the planet?
It's so strange. There's nothing but clouds and swirls on the surface.
How come? There's no ground or oceans?
No, the planet is made of gas. All's now explained. There is no solid surface, so there is no ice either. Mars and the Earth are rocky planets, but Saturn is a gas giant.
What about the rings then? Are they also made of gas? Don't think so.
Let's go and check.
It's all just ice.
The rings around Saturn are made up of billions of blocks of ice.
So far from our home. It's so heartwarming.
No, let's be careful though. The hull has been banged.
But it's not little ice cubes that are going to damage our vessel. It is solid.
Little ice cubes. Look at the size of that one. We gotta turn.
We did it.
The machine stopped.
Well done. Mr. Spock, here's to your courage and composure. You have merited a promotion to the grade of Admiral. You have saved our ship. Congratulations. Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray!
All the systems are operational. The vessel is perfectly stable now.
This place is pretty. It reminds me of the ice floe in springtime.
Do you mean when it breaks up?
Wait here for me. I have an idea.
What do you mean wait for me here? Where does he think I could go? Huh? Oh.
I said to myself that I could bring you a souvenir. You know, for your collection.
A snowball. You brought me back a snowball from Saturn's rings. Thank you, Vladimir.
And you can't eat it. It's not vanilla ice cream, you know?
Captain James Hibernatus, Polaris Logbook. Our observation of Saturn was a great success. We are bringing an ice sample back.
Captain Vladimir Chekhov, Polaris Logbook. We're starting our home journey. About time, too. There's hardly any herring left.
Earth in sight.
Home at last.
You'll notice that this time it's day at the North Pole, and it's the South Pole that's in darkness.
It's the opposite of when we left. How can you explain that?
The Earth's rotation axis always points to the same direction. That means after a half turn around the sun, the brightest hemisphere becomes the darkest one.
That's it. When the South Pole leans towards the sun, it's summer in the southern hemisphere, winter in the northern hemisphere, and night all the time at the North Pole. 6 months after, it's the North Pole that leans towards the sun. The seasons reverse, and now it's the South Pole that's in darkness for months. We've solved our mystery.
Well done, Vladimir. You reasoned that like a real scientist. Planet Mars probably fits the same explanation.
It's going to be really strange to go home now, all alone on my ice floe, with my igloo and my hole in the ice.
And, what if I asked you to come to the South Pole with me?
Huh?
And I promise you won't be alone at all. Vladimir, let me introduce my cousins. That is Martin.
Hello.
That is Julia.
Delighted.
That is Jennifer.
Delighted.
This is Lisa.
Hi there.
This is Jimmy. There's Anthony. That's Lenny. This is Joel. That's David. That's Gabe. Phew. It's good to find some peace and calm.
Oh, yes. Your cousins are very nice, but I'm not used to seeing so many people.
That's why I like to get away on this mountain. It's my favorite place for looking at the stars.
I understand.
Ooh.
There's no North Star here? Or Great Bear?
Oh no. Here we're viewing another part of space. The constellations are different.
That's pretty. What is it?
The smallest idea.
A giant rainbow?
A new mystery.
It's not Santa Claus.